I'm about to go over what it would be like if different rappers were in the UFC. What weight class? Will they actually be good, or will they just get knocked the fuck out? I know from my knowledge some of these rappers are actually good fighters, like in person. I've seen videos on Twitter and stuff. I'm going to pair them up with some people actually in the UFC, and I'm going to debate whether if they would fare or not. First, I'm going to start off with who else but Slim fucking Shady. He stands at a tall 5'8", and he's a lean 157 pounds. This would make him fall into the welterweight category, meaning his current champion would be Leon Edwards, and he has no fucking shot against Leon Edwards whatsoever. Welterweight is just such a stacked division. I don't know a fighter I could really give him. I think maybe Neil Magny, give him Neil Magny. Let's see if his Detroit style can beat the old man. Even though I guarantee he's like way older than Neil Magny. Now we got Travis Scott. This dude's about 6'2", 175. That makes him fall into the middleweight division, and his current champion is Dricus du Plessis. I'm not even going to comment. Dricus would probably kill him. I think an interesting matchup would be him and Israel Adesanya. They're like the same build. I think that would be fucking sweet. But if we're being logical, I'd probably give him someone like Rome Delidze, a guy who like underperforms against everyone you fucking give him. I think even Travis Scott could fucking beat that dude. Or give him Paulo Costa. Just fucking run circles around him till his tank gives up and punch him in his fucking head. Now we got 50 Cent. He's about 6 foot flat and 218 pounds. This dude's actually a unit. Like, he's heavy-handed as fuck, and he survived like countless gunshots, so I'm pretty sure he can survive a fucking right hook. But back to the point, this dude would be a heavyweight if he was actually in the UFC. We know that current champion is John Jones. 50 Cent, I don't think you have a shot at beating him, not gonna lie. But a guy I think you would beat is Jailton Almeida. This dude's just gonna try to fucking grapple you, hug you the entire fight. All you gotta do is just throw some elbows in there. Curtis Blades did the same thing and fucked him. But the heavyweight roster is kind of bad. I think he'd have a good chance against most of these guys. He's in better shape than half of them. So 50 Cent, maybe give the UFC a shot. Now we got Kendrick Lamar. I really don't like this guy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him. It's just his music. I just never liked it. He's had a few good songs and people think he's fucking Christ. My research is telling me he's 5'6", 177. That's not very good, but let's look at the statistics. He would be in the welterweight division just like Eminem. Like when I said I didn't know who to pair him with, these two could fight. Kendrick Lamar versus Eminem. That would be a great UFC fight. And you have no shot against Leon Edwards. Just putting that out there. Next, we got Snoop Dogg. He's actually a big fan of the UFC. He's commentated some fights that Sean O'Malley had been in and just some Contender Series stuff. Snoop Dogg stands at 6'4", and he's 192 pounds. He would be set in the lightweight division. His current champion would be Alex Pereira. And do I think he has a shot? Fuck yeah. Snoop Dogg is knocking Alex Pereira the fuck out. No question. No doubt about it. He'll hit a blunt in between rounds and he'll still be fine. Like, I think he would put Alex Pereira out. He's on the older side, but don't be fooled. This man is in perfect condition. Next, we got Dwayne the Carter, Lil Wayne. He said himself on Twitter that he's 5'11", 175. He would be in the middleweight division in the UFC. He's not fucking beating Dricus. We're not getting into that. Give this man Roman Delidze on a full camp, and he's beating his ass and moving up them rankings. Lil Wayne is a force to be reckoned with. This dude's tall as shit. Alright, I'm just kidding. He'd probably be the worst one out of everybody on this list. But he could still beat Delidze. Other than that, his size is just a big factor. He's really fucking small. So next we got Tupac. Unlike 50 Cent, this dude did not survive gunshots. This dude completely left the lobby. Some people say he's in the Bahamas, but those people are just not smart. Tupac is 5'9", 168 pounds. Tupac would be in the welterweight division, and he would get knocked out by Leon Edwards just like he did by the Bullet. I really don't know why all these UFC fighters are like challenging Leon Edwards for some reason. But yeah, that's Tupac. I think this is Wiz Khalifa, but I could be wrong. So if I'm just researching a completely different rapper than who this is, I'm going to be pretty fucking impressed. But Wiz is 6'4" and 185 pounds. He would be in the light heavyweight division. His champion would be Alex Pereira. You're not beating him. You probably smoke weed so much that your lungs are just nothing. And you're kind of lanky, I'm not gonna lie. You would get your ass beat. You have no muscle definition, no muscle tone. Now we're on to like the SoundCloud era. We're gonna start with XXXTentacion. It's saying he's 5'7", 130. I don't think that's right, but I'm going to just go off what it says. 5'7", 130 pounds. This means he would be in the flyweight division. I think X could actually be a UFC champion if he took that route. Flyweight division's kind of shitty, and that kid had some fucking bangers. Songs and the ones on his fucking arms. After him, we got Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm reading that he's 5'6", 200 pounds, so he's built like a legit meatball. He would be put in the heavyweight division. That would not go too good for him. I wouldn't even book the fight with him and John Jones, and I don't think there's a single person on the roster he could beat. Him in the UFC would actually just be sad, considering he got beat up in a fucking gym bathroom by a bunch of guys. Now we got the King of Florida, Kodak Black. Kodak stands at 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he's about 146 pounds. That would put him in the bantamweight division with his champion, Sean O'Malley, that he is definitely not fucking beating. But if you give him a guy like Chito Vera, I think he could go out there, put on a show, knock his lights out. I think he could land himself in about, top 10 in the rankings, but there's a lot of good people in the bantamweight division, but I think he could beat Cheeto, though, for sure. Last rapper we're going to get into is Lil Yachty, Lil Boat. He stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he's about 161 pounds on the scale. This will be our first featherweight fighter of the day. No, you would not have a shot at beating Ilia Topuria, but I think there is a person you can beat. If it's Volkanovski taking the fight on short notice, you will knock him out in the first round. It can strictly only be short notice. He can't have a full camp. Volk on short notice is probably one of the worst fighters of all time. Other than that, Lil Boat, you're not beating anybody. But if you get a shot at Volk on short notice, it's 100% locked in. But yeah, that's Lil Boat for you. And that's going to conclude it. If you could, please subscribe and like the video and share it. I need views. I haven't uploaded in like a month, but you wouldn't even believe the shit that's happened, so I'm not even going to say anything about it. But if you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments, and I'll do a part 2 of this one, just like the Hot Take series. But if you don't tell me, then I won't do it, so, comment. Let me know which one was your favorite as well. And that's it. Fuck you guys.